The mission of the County Solutions and Innovation Department is fully in line with the county mission of pursuing excellence in public service. CSI, County Solutions and Innovation, promises to provide creative, cutting-edge solutions to the NACO membership that include best practices and new models counties can replicate and put into action in their communities. CSI will do 4 things. We will be innovative. We will try new things. We'll focus on sharing information with counties in new ways while maintaining the core ways and mediums we use to communicate with our audiences today. And we'll utilize evidence-based practices and research as the conduit to validate and bolster our positions on topics. Now, if you're familiar with our Why Counties Matter portfolio, in it you will see a part that talks about NACO's core principles. Within that is the overarching mission of the service to our membership and the critical points that articulate the specific role of county solutions and innovation. Those core principles are to empower county leaders with new skills, resources, and ideas, to assist counties with first-class, cost-effective services, and to provide timely, informative, and value-added data, knowledge, and programs. CSI's core functions are education and technical assistance, solutions for critical problems, and innovative programs that meet future county needs. Now, let me talk about the team for a second. It's made up of about 19 full-time staff members at any given time. And within the department, there are several program divisions and initiatives, starting with conferences and events. Conferences and Events Division is a one-stop shop for executing NACO conferences, forums, symposiums, and all things meeting related. The goal of the department is to centralize and to leverage NACO's buying power when securing hotels and venues and to showcase NACO events as first class and professional. Let me pause for a second and give a big thank you to our meetings department, our meetings team, for helping us plan this outstanding conference. Now let's talk about professional development, education, and training. Professional development, education, and training at NACO is a comprehensive collection of experts, tools, and resources for counties nationwide. Through the Next Generation NACO Network and the County Leadership Institute, the goal of this division is to help local elected officials and staff learn best practices, build quality programming, and connect our members with valuable resources. Staying within our professional development, education, and training department is an initiative called Cyber for Counties. Beginning as a presidential initiative under NACO past president Commissioner Chris Rogers in 2013, NACO developed a new educational focus on cybersecurity. Knowing that counties are responsible for protecting critical infrastructures, the goal of the Cyber for Counties practice area is to equip county leaders and staff with the tools they need to combat cyber threats. As we move to our next practice area, Health and Human Services, let's talk about what's critical there. In order to create and sustain healthy communities, counties play a unique role as employers, healthcare providers, and promoters of public health, prevention, and wellness. The goal of our Health and Human Services Division is to engage county leaders to innovatively address healthcare challenges by using comprehensive, evidence-based strategies, policies, and programs to strengthen healthcare delivery. Focused on enhancing public-private partnerships in local healthcare delivery, improving individual and community health, and assisting counties to effectively implement the Affordable Care Act, the Healthy Counties Initiative is here to ensure that county leaders receive timely information and make the appropriate decisions for their communities regarding healthcare coverage, access for vulnerable populations, hospitals, community health centers, county jails, and much more. Now let's talk about the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation and the county health rankings, which you'll be able to find much more about that on the CSI blog, where you'll also hear about our community dialogues that we've done in counties across the U.S. Counties are responsible for corrections and judicial operations. The goal of our Justice and Public Safety Division is to assist counties on a range of issues addressing local corrections systems, starting with pretrial services all the way up to reentering the community and our reentry initiatives. Through the Smart Justice Initiative and our work with the MacArthur Foundation's Juvenile Justice Models for Change program, NACO is committed to assisting our members in utilizing the hallmarks of evidence-based and data-driven policies, understanding the efficient and effective use of resources, and maintaining public safety and accountability. Counties not only deliver critical services, but they are also major asset managers and investors and need tools to maximize the returns on those investments for America's communities. Through the Green Government Initiative and Supervisor Linda Langston's presidential initiative on county resiliency, the goal of this division is to engage county leaders in creating stronger, more competitive, more resilient communities. As I mentioned that word resilient, let me just speak to what we mean by resiliency. It's not just respond and recover to a man-made or natural disaster. It's also building a resilient community from the standpoint of the industries you have in that community. And if one industry were to leave, your community has enough diversity and inclusiveness of different industries that you would be able to maintain your community and you could sustain it economically. Additionally, through NACO's partnership with NOAA, we provide assistance with digital coast tools and resources to meet the specific needs of coastal communities and help counties better manage their water systems and develop stronger mitigation and recovery strategies. Now let's talk about business development. As we all know, quite a bit of the infrastructure in the United States, over 80% of it's owned by the private sector. Inside of that, what we do to help us manage the cost of our programming is we've created a premier corporate member program. In speaking to that, in addition to all of our educational programming, NACO and its members appreciate and realize the importance of working with and understanding industry leaders. The goal of NACO's corporate premier membership program is to accelerate collaboration, raise an organization's visibility, and help build relationships with county government decision makers based on an understanding of one another's issues and priorities. As you think about solutions, a lot of the solutions that our counties use across the country started with the private sector. Now let's talk about in-person events. In addition to our webinars, publications, and workshops at annual conventions, CSI is always looking to further engage and educate our membership by producing regional and topic-specific events throughout the year and across the country. Let's pause for a second and take a look at where we've been so far in 2014. Yeah, and the year is not over yet. Now let's switch gears and look at a tool that we have within CSI and for all of our counties. Beginning in 2013, NACO launched a new and improved grants clearinghouse where members can go to collect grant information with enhanced searching features and up-to-date listings of federal, state, corporate, and foundation grants available to counties and community-based organizations. To check out the Grants Clearinghouse, click the next tab after this presentation. In the past year, we have also developed and launched our own blog. Highlights include Next, Achievement Awards. Since 1970, NACO has been recognizing innovative and outstanding county programs through the Achievement Awards program. CSI is proud to continue the tradition, and this year we awarded 480 unique county programs for showing excellence in service delivery, public information, operations and policy planning, and much, much more. Check out the Achievement Awards map to see if your county is receiving recognition, or to find model programs from counties across the country. And join us as we celebrate the accomplishments of this year's winners at the awards luncheon occurring on this Sunday. This year we developed this great new medium to tell the county story and share best practices. Our new podcast series allows you to listen on your time, on the go, and/or in your office. Here's a sample of what we've done so far.
In preparing for this, I read a little bit about your description of redneck ingenuity.
Yes.
Welcome to the NACO Podcast.
The Port of Miami Tunnel Project is a billion-dollar massive infrastructure project, and those who are bidding on it like it because they can get more volume, and they're able to pass on the economy of scale savings to the municipality and the PennDOT.
Our job doesn't stop when someone goes into another system. Our job becomes how do we match our services with that other system to make sure that folks are getting the best outcomes.
That's all the time we have today. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of NACO Podcasts. Be sure to check back for new episodes.
We've been talking about new communications tools. One of the things that I want to share with you is that we understand the criticality of information, and we also understand the different formats in which you need to get information. So we have created an online tool that is to assist you with peer-to-peer communications, peer-to-peer sharing, and that is called COIN, County Innovation Network. And this is an online network to help you, the counties, with best practices, questions about potential solutions, and to really share and to compress that window of time it takes you from when you have a problem to when you create the solution, because now you'll be able to talk to one another and get the solution sooner. So County Innovations Network, COIN, is here to do that for you. And if you haven't heard about it, you'll hear about it while you're at this conference. Presidential initiatives. Let me speak to that for just a second. As the new NACO president takes the gavel, CSI begins their charge in implementing a year-long presidential initiative. Under the leadership of incoming NACO president Ricky Hokama, NACO will be strengthening the capacity of county leaders to deliver transportation and infrastructure services to their communities. The Transportation and Infrastructure Initiative will address the county role in promoting investments that support economic competitiveness, improve passenger travel, foster creative partnerships, ensure safety, and enhance quality of life within the county. This initiative will focus on the fundamentals of today's county transportation and infrastructure needs, as well as explore the future of America's infrastructure advancements, including broadband expansion and technology innovations. Within the Transportation and Infrastructure Initiative, NACO will convene public and private sector stakeholders, produce special reports, develop webinars and podcasts, facilitate peer learning, and host symposiums, workshops, and roundtable events. Our Solutions Center is set up to provide you with all the resources you might want to learn more about who CSI is and what we do. Feel free to grab any of our documents or publications located on the table below or throughout the conference center. And note, from one-page overviews of our initiatives to detailed reports using case studies, evidence-based practices, and model programs, we can provide you with a resource and a solution to fit your needs.
For the past 5 years, I've been investigating this question of where good ideas come from. It's the kind of problem I think all of us are intrinsically interested in. We want to be more creative, we want to come up with better ideas, we want our organizations to be more innovative. I've looked at this problem from an environmental perspective. What are the spaces that have historically led to unusual rates of creativity and innovation? And what I've found in all of these systems, there are these recurring patterns that you see again and again that are crucial to creating environments that are unusually innovative. One pattern I call the slow hunch, that breakthrough ideas almost never come in a moment of great insight, in a sudden stroke of inspiration. Most important ideas take a long time to evolve, and they spend a long time dormant in the background. It isn't until the idea has had 2 or 3 years, sometimes 10 or 20 years to mature, that it suddenly becomes accessible to you and useful to you in a certain way. And this is partially because good ideas normally come from the collision between smaller hunches, so that they form something bigger than themselves. So you see a lot in the history of innovation, cases of someone who has half of an idea. There's a great story about the invention of the World Wide Web in Tim Berners-Lee. This is a project that Berners-Lee worked on for 10 years. But when he started, he didn't have a full vision for this new medium he was going to invent. He started working on one project as a side project to help him organize his own data. He scrapped that after a couple years, and he started working on another thing. And only after about 10 years did the full vision of the World Wide Web come into being. That is, more often than not, how ideas happen. They need time to incubate, and they spend a lot of time in this partial hunch form. The other thing that's important when you think about ideas this way is that when ideas take form in this hunch state, they need to collide with other hunches. Oftentimes, the thing that turns a hunch into a real breakthrough is another hunch that's lurking in somebody else's mind. And you have to figure out a way to create systems that allow those hunches to come together and turn into something bigger than the sum of their parts. That's why, for instance, the coffee house in the age of the Enlightenment, or the Parisian salons of modernism, were such engines of creativity, because they created a space where ideas could mingle and swap and create new forms. When you look at the problem of innovation from this perspective, it sheds a lot of important light on the debate we've been having recently about what the internet is doing to our brains. Are we getting overwhelmed with an always connected, multitasking lifestyle? And is that going to lead to less sophisticated thoughts as we move away from the slower, deeper, contemplative state of reading, for instance? Obviously, I'm a big fan of reading, but I think it's important to remember that the great driver of scientific innovation and technological innovation has been the historic increase in connectivity, in our ability to reach out and exchange ideas with other people, and to borrow other people's hunches and combine them with our hunches and turn them into something new. That really has, I think, been, more than anything else, the primary engine of creativity and innovation over the last 600 or 700 years. And so yes, it's true we're more distracted. But what has happened that is really miraculous and marvelous over the last 15 years is that we have so many new ways to connect and so many new ways to reach out and find other people who have that missing piece that will complete the idea we're working on, or to stumble serendipitously across some amazing new piece of information that we can use to build and improve our own ideas. That's the real lesson of where good ideas come from, that chance favors the connected mind.